Hey everybody, it's Elijah from Guy Designs, and with the world's slowest focusing camera. There we go. I just wanted to do a quick update video for the development blog, and I do apologize for the shaky cam and bad lighting. It's just on my phone, so I apologize for that in advance. I just wanted to sort of get this out there and sort of share it with you guys because I think it's pretty cool. I just wanted to, basically show you a method I've been using for the past week or so. It's sort of hot molding or warm molding. So it's taking a flat stencil, just printed flat, and then bent around a curved surface to sort of deform it into whatever particular shape that you want, assuming it's a curve. I suppose you could do it around right angles, but it probably would be slightly more difficult, and you probably would run into issues with stress fracturing and that sort of thing. Actually, would be pretty fun to try, so I might try that at some point when I have some free time. Anyway, moving right along, I just wanted to explain how I do this and why I do it. So the reason I use this technique is because any of the others present a lot of issues, especially with breakaway materials and using PLA, or really any material, I imagine. When you're printing, especially a stencil, if you're printing on a curve, there's a lot of things to consider, but basically any way you print it, you're going to run into some issues. So I tried printing it a bunch of ways. I tried printing it like this, effectively printing an arch, which is a very difficult thing to print at the best of times. And obviously there was a whole bunch of support material in here and had to be hot cut away, and it really just messed up all the detail on the actual stencil and created a whole bunch of issues. Focus. So here you can see it's quite clean. I don't need to do any cutting away or breaking away. Once the stencil's done, it's done. I just have to peel it off, and then after the fact, I can bend it. So I'll quickly just show you that technique before this rain picks up and you can't hear me. So basically, I just dunk the whole print into warm water. This is just out of the tap hot. The cup as well. You can use it in the sink or whatever. This probably should have been deeper. Basically, I've just been sort of rotating it down like this. You essentially just start with a flat print, submerge them both in hot water for about 15 to 20 seconds, get them sort of uniform hot. Then just slowly start bending the entire print around the curve that you want. In this case, it's a coffee cup, which is good because if I was to try and print this, it's obviously non-uniform, so it's thicker up here and thinner down here. So in doing that as a 3D model and printing the curve and everything, you run into a whole bunch of issues, and it's just another thing to consider. Whereas if you print flat, you don't have to worry about any of that at all. So yeah, basically you just heat up the print, place it down on the object, and then just softly bend it around like that, making careful around some of these more sensitive bits. Especially I found with internal areas like this, especially on the stencil, they have a tendency to lift up quite a bit. So you just want to make sure that they're pushed down and flush against the edge. I just sort of press it down and hey presto, it's done. It cools down quite quickly. Obviously this water's not as hot as it once was. But yeah, it retains its shape quite well. It's quite malleable. Don't worry about pressing down when you're molding it around the surface. That's what I was worried about. I was like, oh gosh, if I push down too hard, what's going to happen is it's going to thin out. I'm going to push down, it's going to thin out in areas and warp and bend, but I haven't noticed any of that. The surface itself retains its shape really well, and basically it just bends. It bends nicely. And it seems to like being deformed. So at the 4th or 5th time, I've sort of bent and rebent this one, sort of to see if it's losing any of its tensile strength, or just getting weaker over time and creating stress fractures. And it seems fine. It seems to work quite well. So I figured I would just share that with you before this rain picks up. And just wanted to show you that technique. So if you have any questions, or if you want a more detailed explanation, not that it really needs one, it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, if you're interested, hit us up in the comments, or just follow us on Facebook. Great. Have a great day. Bye.